Good morning. Today is 7 DPO, and a little heads up, I did not wake up early enough to record this before my kids got up, so they're in the room next to me. You'll probably hear them. I apologize, but that's just how today's video is going to end up. Before I even dip these pregnancy tests, I wanted to ask you guys if you think that 7 DPO is too early to get a positive pregnancy test. So go in the comments and tell me, is it too early to be testing, and should I skip my 7 DPO tests and just do 8 DPO from now on? I want to hear your guys' opinion because I kind of feel like, am I testing for no reason? I really want to make sure I can see the soonest positive I can get and watch the progression, but I don't know if I'm just wasting pregnancy test by testing at 7 DPO. But let's start by dipping all of my pregnancy test. I'll tell you what I am dipping. I'm going to do an easy at home ovulation test, easy at home pregnancy test, the Proov pregnancy test, the Frida mom pregnancy test, or maybe it's Frida Fertility, I think that's actually what it's called. Then the Clearblue pink dye and the first response early result test. So this is the easy at home LH. This is the easy at home pregnancy test. That is the Proov pregnancy test. This is the Frida Fertility pregnancy test. All right, it's super hard to see, but that is the Clearblue red dye test. Okay, that is the first response. While all of those are loading, I want to share with you guys a little bit about what has been going on in the lead up to testing. So from when I think I ovulated to testing today, I have not had that much going on really, and I cannot remember if I shared this already in my ovulation video, but around 5 DPO I had a little bit of cramping on my right side right around that like 1 o'clock time frame, and I have not had any cramping since then. But I kind of feel like 5 DPO seems a little too early to have implantation. Now I know that like pinpointing ovulation can be really hard, so you can ovulate earlier or later than what you think. And my kids are over there screaming. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm like really 7 DPO today. I could be 8, I could be 6, something along those lines. But I'm trying to figure out if maybe that cramping could have been implantation, or maybe it was just like a random cramping and had nothing to do with pregnancy or trying to conceive or anything. If you guys can hear that, but my oldest is singing happy birthday to my youngest out there. Other than that cramping I felt at 5 DPO, I've had no pregnancy symptoms at all. And that's why I asked about the whole 7 DPO thing and whether or not I should actually be testing at all, because I kind of feel like I don't feel pregnant. So taking a pregnancy test when I don't have any symptoms, it probably isn't going to be positive yet, even if I am pregnant. But then old me is telling myself, look, when you've been pregnant before, a lot of the times the pregnancy symptoms don't even kick in until you're like 6 or 7 weeks along. So I know I don't have to have a pregnancy symptom for these to be positive. It's been 3 minutes, so we're going to start with looking at the pregnancy test. I know my ovulation test is going to need a little bit longer to load, but we'll just look at it really quick and then we'll come back to it at the very end again. and hopefully I can get through this without any of the screaming. I'm going to try to cut out as much of the yelling as possible. So if this video is a little like clippy, I'm sorry. But if you have an 18-month-old or a 1.5-year old kid around that age, you know that they're like learning their voice. So sometimes there's like that. All right, so this is the ovulation test. Sorry. That is really light, but I'm not upset about that at all because it's still really, really early. And if this was super dark test and then my pregnancy tests were blank, because I mean it is 7 DPO, then I'd be concerned about hormone issues going on, which is something that I have dealt with for most of my trying to conceive journey. So this actually is not bad. Easy at home pregnancy test. Yeah, I think that looks blank. I will add all the photos so you guys can see them. This is the Proov pregnancy test. I think that's blank too. But I feel like the lighting in this room today is not very good. So I may have to look at those in the bathroom. Okay guys, this is the Frida Fertility Pregnancy Test. I'm so beside myself with these because I want to like these tests. I like Frida brand stuff, but I feel like every pregnancy test I get from the Frida pack, they're just not great quality. Like I feel like there's a line on this, but I don't think it's a real line. Hopefully in the photo you guys will be able to see that, but it's just weird. There's like something trapped in between the like plastic part and the test, which isn't helping. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's negative. And then the first response, this is a pink dye test. Okay, I think these are my favorite tests. I don't like this version. I liked the old version better, but I don't get positive fake tests on this. Like I don't get like the, oh, I think there's a line and then there's not. So I think these are my favorite so far. And yeah, I think that looks pretty stark negative. Negative. Okay, first response. Yeah, I think that's a negative too. Which, it's okay. 7 DPO is still early. I'll show you guys my LH test again. And I will need to scan it with the app and add the number for you guys too, so you can see what the result is for like what the Premom app gives as a result. And I'll also try and add my chart here again with my, sorry about that, my kids needed some assistance, but I think I was talking about my LH test and going to show you guys what the Premom app gave it as a result, and I am going to add the apps chart here too so you guys can see what my BBT is doing and how that is correlating with my LH. If you hear part like, why are you still taking LH tests once you've gotten a positive for ovulation? And I want to make sure that my LH is staying low, and then hopefully if I'm pregnant, then we will watch my LH go up as I get a pregnancy test, and that's the hope. All of these do look negative, and I went and rewatched my videos from when I got pregnant with my youngest, Colton, and I don't think I had a positive pregnancy test until 9 DPO, but I never took the 8 DPO or the 7 DPO pregnancy test, so maybe I have to wait for a 9 DPO again, but I just don't know because I was not testing this early. Anywho, I will see you guys tomorrow for 8 DPO pregnancy tests.